Hi folks, my name is Brandon and I've been proudly selling RVs here at Access RV for over 5 years now. Here at Access RV we take a little different approach to the sales experience. Our goal is to be an educator and help you make a well-rounded decision rather than the typical RV salesman experience. At Access RV we're also a proud Route 66 dealer and we try to reflect that in our day-to-day business by showing a high level of integrity and treating every customer with the most respect possible. Hi folks, Brandon with Access RV again. Today I'm going to be spotlighting one of the most popular Grey Wolf rear ramp models. This is a 2018 27RR. This is the only Grey Wolf toy hauler that has a private rear garage as well as a slide out. Today my focus is going to be to walk around this unit and cover some of the really cool upgrades they've made for the mid 2018 model year changes, as well as specifics to this floor plan. Now, if you're looking for a more in-depth video about construction quality and features, we do have our Grey Wolf brand overview that will cover that. Or by all means, give me a call personally, and I'm more than happy to work one-on-one with any of our customers. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. I always like to start at the front end here. As per part of the Grey Wolf Limited package, this is going to include a electric tongue jack with a built-in LED loading light. You'll also notice on the top there is an access point. If you have a power failure, you still have the option to manually crank it. Two 20-pound propane bottles, as well as a dual battery rack. As with all Grey Wolf models with slide outs, four corner stabilizer jacks are a standard. Just above that, Suburban gas and electric 6-gallon water heater. Great thing about this, if you're more of a campground style type of person, you don't have to burn any propane for hot water. You can choose to run it off of the electric heat element. Just rear of that is an inlet for cable TV. Again, if you're at campgrounds and you like to watch their cable. This is going to be the slide out. And Grey Wolf utilizes the Schwintek track driven. It's going to be a quad track, so you're going to have 4 tracks instead of just 2. Helps it stay in alignment and for the top and the bottom to go out at an equal speed. Let's walk around back here. Directly behind the slide, you're going to see your water connections. City water, fresh water, as well as an exterior shower. Just above that is a black tank flush to help clean out and get rid of any extra gunk that's stuck on the walls of your black tank. And while we're on the note of water, just to cover the capacities of this, it is going to have a 46-gallon fresh water tank and then 38 for your wastewater and 38 for your black. Continuing rear, 30-amp detachable shore power cord. I really prefer these over the pull-out style. If a cord ever gets damaged, you go to move your trailer without realizing you're still plugged in, the cord is damaged, easy to replace rather than pay an electrician to fix it. Just below those, I like to point out that the Cherokee division is using these black chrome wheels. Look really sharp. Also like to point out their tire pressure monitor system. Just a quick reference, if that color changes from green, you'll notice that your tire pressure is going to be low. Just an easy way to monitor it and make sure that you're staying safe going down the road. Let's continue back. This guy right here is going to be one of the 2 vent kits that they do in the garages of toy haulers. While you're traveling, you can open that up and it will just help to ventilate out any fumes from gasoline and smell, so doesn't end up giving you a stinky garage from your four-wheelers being in the rear. Now, as part of one of the 2018 mid-model year changeovers, they're now including for free, as part of their limited package, this really cool ramp patio kit. It's really easy to use. After I walk around everything and we get back on the inside, I will put this down and we'll put it in just the ramp configuration. But basically, this gives you some outside real estate. Keeps you level off the ground. If you need kind of a playpen for the kids to keep them corralled, or somewhere to have an outdoor picnic, gives you a great option for that. You'll also notice this is going to have the rear screen wall, tent wall. You can unbuckle those clasps, roll that down and it velcros to the walls, and then it just helps get massive amounts of airflow going through, keep the interior cool. Looking way up there, you'll see that little black conduit between the marker lenses is where it is pre-wired for a wireless Furrion backup camera. If you ever wanted to add that, just simply remove 4 screws, take the faceplate off, take your camera, plug it into the wire harness, connect that, and then just plug into a 12-volt outlet in the truck for your monitor. Image is all transmitted wirelessly. So let's go around to the door side where there's even more to talk about. Now this is going to be a dual entry model. You'll see the rear door goes into your large private garage. The front door is going to go into your living quarters, and we'll kind of work our way up there. Now what I always like to show people on these is they are using what's called friction hinges for their doors. You see how I'm kind of tossing this with my hand? That's going to keep itself open. It's not going to slam on your hands if there's a light breeze outside or a little bit of wind, and you don't have to use the plastic latches that everybody always forgets about being engaged and rip them out of the wall and snap and break them. You'll also notice, as part of their limited package, it is going to include an electric Lippert awning. Simple push button to run it in and out. Also one touch to adjust the pitch for water runoff. And you'll see they add a blue LED accent strip under there. You'll also notice inside you're also going to have some more LED accents, as well as blue in the marine grade speakers. And that square plate just between the two is an exterior TV mount. You have TV connections down here as well. And here just underneath the furnace exhaust is a quick connect for a barbecue. This is great if you like grilling outside. You don't have to carry around any extra propane tanks with you. You've already got that on board and ready to go. Now another one of my favorite incorporations for the mid-model year changeover is the use of the MoRide step system. For those of you who have been RVers before, you know your traditional box steps really are kind of bouncy, unstable when you're climbing up and in, especially if you're a little bit heavier like myself. These are just going to be rock solid. Feels just like you're walking up the steps of your home with how solid they are. Also going to have a large entry assist folding handle. And moving forward of the door, large storage compartment goes into the butt end of the water heater on the opposite side. And just forward of that is a Furrion solar panel quick connect. Simple plug and play if you wanted to add some portable solar panels. So let's walk up here and we'll go inside and check out in there. All right, so now here we are on the interior of a 2018 Grey Wolf 27RR. Up front, queen size bed. That storage compartment I showed you outside, you also have access to it by lifting up the bed and the base. I'm not going to do that actually while I'm trying to balance the camera here with one hand, but you can take my word for it. Secondary emergency fire exit at that window. Overhead cabinets are not super common, especially in a radius front RV like this, so it does utilize some extra storage. Another thing I really like about Grey Wolf is they know everybody has smartphones these days. They're going to have dual plug USB ports by every sleeping position. That enables you to charge your phones or your tablets directly off of your batteries rather than having to use shore power or a generator. Now let's whip around here. Talk about the dinette and the slide out. Huge dinette. This is going to be a king U-shaped dinette. It's really nice that they are using 2 of the posts and pedestals to keep that table a little less wobbly. This is going to make a double-sized bed as another sleeping position. Also really nice, 40-inch storage drawers under the dinette. Great for pots and pans, bigger type of stuff, without having to lift up the cushions and lift up the panels underneath. Now in this window here, you'll notice that they are using the friction night shades throughout. These fabric shades are a lot easier to clean. They don't bend and break like the aluminum that you see on the older trailers. Now, turning around to the kitchen. Another feature that I really like to talk about is their countertops. Grey Wolf is using the high gloss seamless edge countertop. I'm sure all of you have seen before your typical T-molded Formica edge, where you kind of have just a tape that goes around. I've seen on hundreds of trailers where that adhesive starts to fail, that trim piece comes off, and it just makes them look really cheap and ugly over time. This day is looking really nice and sharp. Also, you'll notice here they do a drop-in sink and cooktop, so you get a really good level, flat working surface area for meal prep. And lifting out this guy here that doubles as a cutting board, you'll see a large single basin stainless sink with a high-rise faucet and a pull-out sprayer. Grey Wolf, as part of their limited packages, are also including what they call their super kitchen, which gives you stainless steel appliances, the backsplash behind your cooktop, the glass inlays in the cabinetry and the tray ceiling lighting, as well as a skylight over the kitchen. These really help lend a lot of extra natural light in here, but you do have the ability to close that shade up there as well if you do want to alleviate some of the sun shining through. Just next to that is a vent for your air conditioner. It is ducted through the ceiling, so these directional vents you can rotate and close and really direct the airflow whatever direction you want. Another thing I like to mention about Grey Wolf is their cabinet and drawer fronts, as well as their tabletops, are actual all hard wood. They're not using laminated wood, so it gives it a richer, more elegant feel. Back to the kitchen. 6 cubic foot Norcold refrigerator. Now let's swing over to the entertainment center. One of the changes they made to the mid-model year is the use of the faux brick wall behind the entertainment. Really aesthetically pleasing. Another mount for an interior TV with the connections above. And the media center is going to be a Furrion system that is AM, FM, CD, DVD, Bluetooth, a lot of different formats. People really like pairing their phones with these so that they can stream music. Now, I showed you the AC ducted through the ceiling. Heat is going to be ducted through the cabinetry, but since both systems are ducted, you're going to make use of one centralized thermostat. Really similar to residential grade. All you need to do is set it for either cool, heat, or fan. On the digital readout, set the temperature you want, and everything will kick off and on its own to maintain that. Now let's head back into the bathroom, which divides the garage and the living area. So I'll close that door there. Driver's side, foot flush toilet, tub shower combo with a skylight above to give you some extra headroom. Also in the bathroom is going to be your 14-inch high-powered roof vent fan. And on the door side is your sink with a double wide cabinet underneath and a mirrored vanity above. Now swinging around, really the most crucial part of the toy hauler is going to be the garage area. Like I mentioned, this is their only private garage model. So now you can kind of see that front wall once I have the door closed. You notice the AC is ducted back into here too, so you can keep all the doors closed and get the airflow back here. Also doubles as a secondary dinette. You can use these sofas to either make 2 small twin-size beds, or the table can scissor down and sit on these brackets here. And by using the back cushions to fill in the gap, you actually get a really, really large bed back here. Now, when you're bringing your ATV in, both of these sofas fold up and connect to the wall by these D-rings to make space for small side-by-side, four-wheelers, dirt bikes, whatever you're putting back here. You'll also notice there is some bungee netted storage above on both sides. Lots of lights back here too. Grey Wolf is using all LED lights, so they're really bright, minimal draw on your battery. They don't generate heat and burn. But even just in this garage, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 lights in this small area to really help it stay lit. Now walking out, I'll give you kind of an overhead view of that ramp patio kit. And this is probably as good a point as any. I am going to pause here and I'm going to set this up for the ramp so you could put your ATVs up it, and I'll pick up at that spot. All right, back to it. So now I have disconnected the cables. Typically I would have liked to do that while we're filming, but I would have been fumbling with it and making myself look incapable. So through the magic of editing, we skipped that part. But basically these cables that are on either side connect to and pin to this guy here, and that's what supports the weight of the ramp to utilize the system where you're going to be driving your ATVs up it. Just disconnect those. The gate on the end swings up and in, and then you've got all the room in the world to drive your ATVs up and inside. So again, this was a 2018 Grey Wolf 27RR. Quick capacities and dimensions on this. I think I mentioned holding tanks, 46 fresh, 38 black, 38 gray. You're going to have an overall length, tip to tip, of 33 foot, 4 inches. Your unloaded dry weight, roughly 6,000 pounds. Cargo carrying capacity, roughly 2,000 pounds. So plenty of capacity with these axles to carry smaller side-by-sides or whatever gear you want to put back here. And they are going to have a tongue weight of roughly 930 pounds. So fairly comfortable for most of your modern half tons. And again, my name was Brandon. If you have any questions on this, by all means, please give me a call personally. Happy to cover it with you one-on-one. I hope watching this video kind of helped you gain an understanding of the floor plan and some of the features. And as always, I appreciate you watching my videos, and we'll see you on the next one.